Have you been seeing the latest rage online, be it on YouTube Shorts or Facebook Reels or TikTok, that you can grow strawberries from seed? Well, let's break it down. Here's a great video from the Michael Griffin channel on Facebook Reels, and we're going to go over what Mike gets right and what he gets way wrong. So let's watch.
Take a strawberry and cut a few slices off the outside. Make them nice and thin and lay them on some kitchen paper. Leave them to dry over a couple of days and they'll go from this to this. Now lightly rub them off the towel and collect them on a plate. Take the seeds and sprinkle them over some compost. Keep the soil moist and you'll start to see baby strawberry plants. A few months later, they'll be ready to plant out.
Okay, so, wow. Yikes. Okay, so first of all, we've got strawberries here. Now, these look like they could be from California, store-bought kind of thing. And so the first thing is that depending on where you live, you need to have a strawberry plant that is appropriate for your zone. And if you don't know what your zone is, then you need to back up before you start planting things and figure out what zone you live in, because that's going to determine your last date of frost and how cold your temperatures get in the winter, and which is something that is a huge factor in strawberries because they have to overwinter. And if you are planting a variety that is not suitable for your region, they are not going to overwinter. And so, like with the strawberries that come from California or Florida, those are very warm, temperate climates. They do not have winter per se, not like how those in the northern states have. So just because a strawberry grows in, southern Florida and is beautiful and tastes great or something, which I'm being facetious on that. Most strawberries that you buy at the store are very firm and almost chewy, crunchy, for lack of a better word, compared to a homegrown strawberry, because they're particularly bred for shipping. They're bred to not get soft and get damaged and be easily squishable or start leaking juices or something, because they are going to take a week or more to get from the field to your grocery store. But anyways, I digress. I'm getting way off track. Anyways, so having a variety that is set up for a high impact type of farm setting like that, that's not what a home gardener wants. So just taking random seeds off of a strawberry, not a great idea. But let's continue here.
Strawberry and cut a few slices off the outside. Make them nice and thin and lay them on some kitchen paper. Leave them to dry over a couple of days and they'll go from this to this. Now lightly rub them.
Now this part this is a good idea. And this can go for strawberries or blackberries, raspberries. It's a great method if you want to save seeds. Again, saving strawberry seeds from just a random strawberry wherever, not the best idea. But like if you had strawberries in your own home garden that you wanted to save seed off of, and you knew that they were open pollinated varieties, not hybrid, this would definitely work. Especially if it's an heirloom variety. Like for example, Baker Creek has a lot of alpine type strawberries. If you were to purchase those, grow them, and want to save the seeds off of them, this would be a great method to use. And you don't even have to slice the little thin slices off like how he did. You can just take and kind of even, like if you have an overripe berry or something, you can kind of mash it in your hands just so it's not, like a whole berry, but, mash it up so that you have it so that you can thinly spread it out on your paper towel, or styrofoam plates work well too. And those, like, that's what I use for drying tomato seeds on. And they come right off. Sometimes you will have problems with paper towel depending on, like, if you get a cheaper paper towel that, like, Bounty's a great one to dry on, but if you get some of the more, like, where you can see fibers in them, like from the dollar store and stuff, those you'll actually have them start stripping little pieces and chunks off with the seed, which that's a whole nother issue. But anyways, so yeah, so this is a great method for berry seeds. Let's continue.
Them off the towel and collect them on a plate. Take the seeds and sprinkle them over some compost. Keep the soil moist and you'll start to see baby strawberry plants. A few months.
Okay, so here's another issue. So if you have strawberry seeds, they require cold stratification, and that means putting them in and chilling them for, several weeks before they will germinate. So just, okay, we bought these strawberries and they, randomly germinated. No, that's not how that happens. Even if you had a southern variety that doesn't maybe have as cold of a requirement need, like the ones that grow in Florida, they still have a chilling need. So, those, like the more southern varieties, yeah, you would, put in your fridge for a shorter amount of time, but they still do require chilling because, like, the starts for those plants, they're started elsewhere. They are chilled. And because they're not native there. I mean, the native types are there, that's a whole nother story. But the types that they grow in farm production, they do get stratified. So that's a huge step there that's missing. And also, it's amazing how he has such wonderful germination here, because these actually aren't the strawberries. But anyways, and that's a whole nother side story. But strawberry seeds in general do not germinate easily or well. And I mean, as an industry standard, it's like 50% germination is considered a good germination rate. And they're a seed that, so when you're in the seed industry, of course, you want to clean your seed and you cull out anything that is not viable. And with a lot of different things, you can do that through, various water tests or blowing, because your seeds that aren't viable generally have little to no weight because there's just not the internal starches and structure there that would give it that weight. So, if you're doing a water test, like with tomato seeds or pepper seeds, they'll float if it's just a non-viable seed. Or if you do air blowing, like with brassicas and stuff, they'll blow off because they're just, like chaff. But anyways, so with strawberry seeds, because of the weight of their seed coat, they don't do well with the normal things that you do to get rid of the non-viable seeds. So you have a high likelihood of having non-viable seeds, even though the strawberry that you took those seeds off of grew well and everything, and you had bees in your strawberries if you grew them at home and things like that. So for him to just get this many, I mean, this is AI. It's not a strawberry plant, actually. I'm guessing this is a potentilla or something else. Something within the strawberry family members, but not like a edible strawberry fruit plant. Just, a cousin that's flowering type. But yeah, this is definitely not a strawberry, because strawberry leaves are have 3 leaflets. These very clearly have a leaflet with, little cutouts on the edge. So anyways, let's continue.
Months later, they'll be ready to plant out. Take a strawberry and cut a few slices.
So, okay, a few months later, they'll be ready to plant out. So strawberries grown from seed grow very slowly. And even when you grow them, I mean, you have to start them, like if I were going to start them to grow, like my last frost date, around here, we generally say you plant out like Memorial Day weekend if you want to avoid a frost. And when you have strawberries, they are very sensitive to frost initially if you are starting them from seed. Not so much if you're getting transplants. But when they're that tiny, they're dainty, they're delicate. So like if I were going to grow them from seed, I would be planting them out like Memorial Day weekend. But I would be starting them probably in January, very early January, to get them to, a size plant where I have 8 leaves on them, where they're, somewhat, and they're still not even going to be as big as like if I went and bought 25 plants from the local garden or seed nursery company kind of thing. But yeah, to just like, oh, there'll be a few weeks, and then there's this, picture of these strawberries dangling off. You're not going to have strawberries the first year. With planting them from seed, the general rule of thumb is if it is a everbearing type, you'll probably have them, like if you planted them this year in 2026 spring, you would have them bearing in fall of 27 or late summer, depending on the variety and its parameters. Or if it is a June bearing type, you'd get them in June of 28. So that's why, I mean, even when you buy strawberry plants and plant them out, you're not getting production that year. You pick the blooms off. If you don't, they have a lot of difficulties. They won't do well. But you're looking at getting fruit in a year. So, again, just... But anyways, whether it be strawberries or a lot of these other videos that are coming out that are for, I mean, I'll probably be doing one on carrot seed planting and flower seed planting because I keep seeing a lot of those. And, with AI and other tricks of fooling the unsuspecting person, by colorizing things like hostas and other stuff. I mean, it's amazing what they can put up. And sadly, people will throw their money away on doing some of these things. So if you like this video, I recommend sticking around and watching some others that will be coming, because if this type of video is popular, I'll go into some of these other reels and things that people have up that they just try to get views off of people that don't know how to garden, and they think, oh, it's so easy, and then it just leads to a lot of discouragement. I know so many people who have in the past done past viral kind of things, and they get discouraged. They're like, oh, I got a black thumb. No, you don't have a black thumb. You just were given poor information to start with. So make sure you're getting your information from the right places and from people that actually know what they're doing and actually do this stuff for real without a computer to make it happen. So I'm Marty May. Thanks for watching.